everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Seasons of Goldie. I really wanted to record how we came across Goldie and all the things we've done to it over the years. So this is us picking it up from a guy named Murray, who was a member of the B&W club for a long time. Now he'd done a lot of work on Goldie, but he'd got a bit sick, so he really couldn't drive it anymore, and he wanted someone who could go and enjoy it. This is me, first drive, sorry about the crappy video, just chucked my phone on the dash. First time I'd ever driven it, seemed pretty good, really noisy fuel pump. And other points of note, look how rubbish that trailer looks. It looks so much better now. Anyway, as we get it on the trailer, I'd seen the car around a lot. I'd been doing the dummy grid for the club and I'd seen Murray driving it quite a lot. Seemed really good. We had originally been looking for just an engine and gearbox to put into the E12. And when we found this one, it seemed like a really good option. When we actually got the car and had a look at it, it turned out it was actually really well set up, so it was just worth having a drive. Murray had actually won Class C in the Club Super Sprint Championship the year before we picked it up, so it seemed like a pretty good ride, and a little bit of pressure on, had to do pretty well. So we finally managed to get on the trailer after a few mishaps for me, headed back off to Fiona and Cobbie's house. It was good to see it humming along, car went really well, seemed stable, seemed really light for what I thought was a bigger car. Got it back, couldn't wait, got off the trailer. As soon as we did, took it for a test drive. Straight away, tell it was a rowdy thing. Not really in a good way either, it sounded a bit rough. It wasn't really that pure BMW straight 6-seater. Jensen certainly seemed to love it. He was having a great time. The exhaust wasn't my biggest concern though. It was fine, or what I thought was fine. But now I just want to get it back into the shed and check it out and see what the situation was. So gave it a bit more of a rip and then went out the back to check it out. This is the first chance to really have a look at this thing. So I got up on the hoist a little bit, looking around. So we got pretty much standard-ish 2002 E46 320 Ci. Body was rough. Sunroof delete was siliconed in, a few rust spots here and there. Looked okay if you stood back far enough and took a photo, but once you got to it, it was a bit grubby, a bit dirty, so a bit hard to tell. Interior was stripped out, but not actually modified. All the bits were there, just the interior was missing. So look at that, standard steering wheel, everything's still the same. Paint was okay till you got down low. Standard wheels, staggered setup, 17-inch, running slightly old AR1s. Engine, 100% stock air filter, stock everything. Set of KW Club Sports all around, two-way adjustable. Good, but unsure how that would work. Not a lot of power coming out of that 2.2, but we'll get by. Around the back, didn't get any better. Faded paint, dent in the boot, broken tail light, some scratches down the side of the bumper there. But it was set up for a track car. So apart from the small engine, it was pretty good. Pretty much good just to take out and just give it a go. On the inside, the aluminium was a bit of a giveaway. There was something going on. There were reportedly problems with the fuel, so there's a whole custom setup under there that we'll check out later on. But you can see that it's still got sound deadening, still got all the cabling, nothing like that had been taken out, nothing had been changed. So it was all very stock. Battery still in the back, original style battery. Then through there you can see it's got two fuel senders. Actually, they changed some of that as well. Not necessarily, as it turned out, but yeah, good to go. So here we are. We'll check out the seating position. Seems pretty good. Let's see if the helmet goes on while we're sitting here. We'll put this fella on for a while. So it did actually come with two helmets. Apparently one that's only 12 months old and has a harness device fitted to it. So So this should be interesting. Let's check that out later. Now it seems good. Headroom seems good. Plenty of room up there. Nothing on the sides. All seems pretty cool. Oh, get rid of that. Right, now harnesses. Oh, it's got a, I guess is a 5-point harness. Just put the seat back, might make it easier. Those ones are pretty good. Squash the harness with the seat. That was a good trick. Now I can't get it out. There we go. That's better. That's also better. Now we can go back. Set of velo harnesses. They look pretty nice. I'll have to check out the date. Can't quite see when they were made, but they have to be fairly new, I would say. Just put my glasses on. Not valid after 2025. Excellent. Well, that's good. There's a couple of years. December 2022. Interesting. Right, that is not the right driving position though. These are going to need some adjustment because that is too far away, but it's all good. If we look around inside here, we've got nothing. We've got a 5-speed manual. We've got power windows that still work. We've got an air conditioner that still works. I can't imagine the speakers work, but I don't think I own any CDs anymore, so that won't really matter. We've got 2 helmets, roll cage, adjustment kit for the coilovers, and a fire extinguisher which looks like it's out of date next month, so that'll need to be sorted. The metal scouring pads were there just in case it was too noisy and had to be stuffed up the back of the exhaust to quieten it down. He's actually already pre-drilled holes in the tailpipe to put wire through to hold them, but let's hope we don't need those. Alright, we'll give it a start. Let's go with, firstly, undoing the belts because they're just annoying, but let's see. Ooh, plenty of fuel pump in the back. Doors are open, boots open. No water in the washers. No airbag. Okay. Ooh, bit rowdy. 212,000 original kilometres. Yes. Oh, and check all lights on. Better check that. Alright, that's enough of that. Well, that all seemed pretty good. Now, turns out it was not pretty good. Not pretty good at all. So today's plan is to take that old seat and replace it with this new seat. The old seat, no good. It's a good seat, but the rules of our Club Super Sprint say you have to have a fixed back seat if you're going to have a harness. They also say you have to have a harness if you're going to have a roll cage, so therefore have to have a harness, therefore have to have a fixed back seat. So this one came with a massive steel plate and everything was attached to that, including the sliders. So now that's out. That weighed half a ton. Got to get that into there. That one was also too low. I felt like you were sitting on the floor with that one. So we'll get this one in, and if we can, sliders. If not, just bolt it down. So here's what we got. Got the steel plate, seat mounts, rails, adjusting handle upside down, needs to be fixed, all mounted up. Now what we need to do is cut out some of this steel plate because there's way too much of it. So we'll cut out a big rectangle in the middle, and then we'll scallop the sides a bit. Don't really need that, and we don't need these corners, so we're going to round those off, round those off, touch that up, touch that up. Need that hole, need that hole, need that hole, need that hole. And it should do it, make it a bit lighter. Good to go, it all fits in, it's been trial fit, and we'll whack a bit of paint on. So here we are, seat in, harnesses in. Ended up going with the old steel plate, 5mm thick, cut the size, got all the bolts in, harnesses mounted on eye bolts and original mount points down there. Wasn't too hard, it's just the one that is down in there, a little hard to see. That's the only one we had to drill, everything else is good. Obviously crotch belts are down. Crotch belt mounting points down there also to be drilled, but they are additional. So they're alright, they're all good. Seat still slides. Got the slider in, so the seat still slides nicely. Belts just need to be adjusted. Right, here it is. Harness on. Looking good. Buttoned up. All good to go.
Fit in there and put a hole through the middle.
Hi, Kobe.
Hello.
Fix that. That is broken.
What then?
Where's the other bit of it? That bit's still there. This could fly out. Dad's been doing a bit of polishing, shined up these headlights. Look at that. That is shimiko. Beautiful job. Nice and shiny. Same on this side, nice and clear. Used to be really cloudy. Done a bit of a test patch on here. Not too bad. Very dusty on the rest of it. Back here, just working on fixing this exhaust up a bit. She's pretty rowdy. Just want to get this noise going down to the ground, so just made up some tips. We call them tips. It was a bit of old Triton exhaust that my brother-in-law had for a quick fix, and we just cut them on the bend and smooth them out a bit. We'll yeah, chop the other bits off later on, put them in forward, put some clamps on it, and that should help keep the noise going down to the ground rather than straight at the back, because it is a bit of a worry when you go to the track. It might be loud. Got the GoPro mounted up here on the roll cage. Should be good, no suction cups for us. Hopefully the scrutineers won't be too worried about that, because that is a solid mount. On to fixing the tail lights. I did actually buy a new tail light. Bought it off eBay though, and it was sold as a coupe, but when it turned up, it was a sedan one. So you don't see this very often. But the old woodwork teacher, breaking out the planes, bit of plastic, he shaped it pretty well. Came up quite nicely. Plastic definitely is not the easiest thing to plane. And there it is, look at that, looking great. Ready to go for its first drive. Saw this on the internet, I'm going to give it a go. So, turns out doing stickers is actually really hard. Will not be doing this again. Car was great, I cleaned it, polished it, it's never been cleaner and never will be that clean again. I then had to go over it all with alcohol, get all the polish off, make it perfectly clean, so that bit was good. It was just getting the stickers to come off that backing plastic. They just didn't want to move, it was pretty tough, and they kind of creased up a bit, and we spent ages. More soapy water, more pressing, bit of heat gun, razors, credit cards, You name it, got on there. So there's a compound curves that are the problem. Once we got onto the big ones, like the bonnet, yeah, that was great. Looks really good. And here it is, ready to go out for its first drive. Here we go. Here we are, just blown the exhaust off. And looks like I've been blown apart as well. Let's have a look. So this was the work of art. That was the exhaust. To quieten it down. Bit of chicken mesh, bit of steel wool, but it's too much pressure, it's blown it off. So we're just going to get a little bit of it out and put a screw through it this time. Right, well, let's see. So, taking it off. Bit of a jaunty angle now. Oh, let's see, it's screwed on. So, Goldie and I had successfully completed our first track day together. Only just though. Received a warning for being too noisy, plugged up the exhaust with chicken wire and mesh, blown that off, just about run off in the rain, and the car was still doing that spluttering thing. It was cutting out and around corners. Well, that's next time. We'll get onto that. We'll do some more mods. We'll try and get this thing tuned up and head to Eastern Creek. Thanks for watching.